All right, welcome everybody. I'm going to wait for everyone to roll on in. It'll take them just a second to receive their notifications. But if you're watching the VOD, the replay after the live stream, and you're just here to see the gameplay, the way this show works is I've got a bit of an hour-long Q&A at the beginning of the program, and then we dive into the game. So if you're watching the replay, skip ahead about an hour. That's when the gameplay starts. But if you want to watch the Q&A, go ahead. And if you're watching live, welcome. It's good to see you all today. Episode 6 of Season 2 of The Fallout Show released a couple of days ago, and I published my video about it yesterday morning. Was it yesterday? It was yesterday morning. And there were tons of reveals. We're going to be talking about it today. So if you want to avoid any spoilers, probably don't watch the Q&A portion of the video. I'm not going to be able to warn you ahead of time. And I can't predict what people will say in chat. So if you're trying to avoid spoilers, maybe skip this particular Q&A. Because, pardon me, because that's the topic of the day. But it's not the only topic of the day. We're here to talk. I'm here to talk about whatever you guys want to talk about. So ask your questions. I'll do my very best. I am out of Scotch. I typically have Scotch for the show, but I'm out. So I found this. It's called the Muff Irish Whiskey. Had it in the shelf. Figured I'd try it. So that's what we're drinking tonight. A little bit of Irish whiskey, not Scotch tonight. Time for a change. Cheers. And I'm smoking an Inferno Flashpoint. Trey McPherson says, why are you streaming so late? Well, it's a complicated and sordid story. I exaggerate. It's not sordid. Not that sordid. But I used to do this program at 7 o'clock p.m. Pacific time every Thursday night. Back when I had reliable childcare. And I no longer have reliable childcare. So I'm, a full-time single dad. And so when the kids get home, they're my priority. And, I help them with homework. We play games. I've been playing Helldivers 2 with my son, which has been a lot of fun. I played some Dandy's World with my daughter today, which was fun. We do dinner time, bedtime, the whole routine, and only after they're in bed am I free to do the program. And that's why I'm streaming so late today, because they're finally asleep. And I am ready to have the show for you all. That said, I'm a little tired today, so I don't think I can do the full 4 hours. We have been doing a 4-hour broadcast usually, but I don't think I can do the full 4 hours today. Definitely 1 hour, maybe a couple of hours. And the game we're playing today is really interesting. It's been a recommendation from the viewers. It's called House, which is an unfortunate name. I really wish they would have consulted a marketing department or something before they named the game House, only because it's so generic that it was incredibly hard to find. There are so many games on Steam that have the word house in them, and there are other games that are just called House or Home. Trying to find screenshots and press kit images about this game was difficult because it's just called House. But it is a very unique game. It came out about 6 years ago. It's highly reviewed, extremely high reviews, and the viewers recommended it. So that's what we're going to be playing today. It is a scary game. It's a pixelated game, so it's not like graphic or anything, but it's going to be scary. So if you don't like scary games, maybe don't check it out. But it's good to see everybody today. We're on live on Facebook, Twitch, and YouTube. Good to see the Nuked TV, Mr. Hawks, on Twitch today. As well as Dan Dang Dunnett. And it's good to see all of the regulars and the members and the YouTube and the Patreon supporters on YouTube today. Wyoming Homesteader, Craig Euler, Greg Hinojos, Jonaxu, Jersey, and it's Greg with the first super chat of the day who says they released the latest episode at like midnight. What the heck is up with their upload schedule? Also, fantastic rundown video. As always, Ox. Thank you, Greg. So they've, ever since episode 2, they've been releasing every episode at midnight on Tuesday night, Wednesday morning. So Wednesday morning at 12 a.m., which is rough for me. It's really rough because it completely ruins my schedule. If I'm, it's a new year, I'm trying to get back into my workout routine. I was doing really good for a while there back in like 2022, 2023. I was working out every day. I was feeling good. Then I sort of fell off the wagon. So, this is my year. I'm getting back into it, and I'm trying to get up early for my exercise routine, but it's difficult when I've got to stay up late on Wednesday night or Tuesday night, Wednesday morning to watch the episode, record the episode, write the script, just do as much work as I possibly can, because I'm battling with everybody on YouTube. It's a timely thing. Like, I've got to get the episode breakdown out before it becomes irrelevant. And there is a time, a timer on that. There is a time when it becomes irrelevant. And so I have got to work quickly on that. But you know what? There are only 2 episodes left, and then my schedule will settle down a little bit, and it'll be back to regular. It'll be back to regular. It's Still Blue says Resident Evil 3 is the only playlist you don't have. You mean it's the only Resident Evil game that I haven't played yet? Well, all right. I've got a list of really interesting horror games that I've been trying to get through, and we're doing one of them today. Resident Evil 3, I think, probably is on my list, but I'm going to double check. Didn't I play this? I played this. I could have sworn I played this game. I don't know. It looks very familiar. Maybe I didn't. Or are you saying that it's missing from the playlist? I'll have to take a look at it. Jared Shover's on Facebook. Hi, Ox, says Jared. Hi there, Jared. Good to see you. It's good to see Luke on Facebook as well. Hilamaz on YouTube says, would the Enclave ever consider absorbing the Institute into their faction? Absolutely not. Like, if there's one defining characteristic of the Enclave, it's that no one is good except the Enclave. Like, their defining attribute is that everyone else must die. It's the way they were in Fallout 2. It's the way they were in Fallout 3. It's the way they have been in every Fallout game where they have existed, with the exception of Fallout New Vegas, where they were remnants. Like, they weren't a faction anymore. They were just the remnants of the Enclave. They're all about factional and racial purity. Anyone who isn't part of their faction deserves death. Everyone who isn't a purebred human deserves death, so on and so forth. So the Institute is among them. Sure, they've lived in a society underground, but that doesn't matter. They're not Enclave. Dantech Chad says, please stop outing spoilers as thumbnail images. I debated that, whether I would use that particular image as the thumbnail, and I did think about whether or not it would be appropriate to use it due to the nature of spoilers and everything. But I had to think of it from a business perspective, because on one hand, spoilers suck. They do suck, right? I get it. On the other hand, I'm not responsible for guarding your desire to be surprised. Nor am I responsible for guarding your desire to be, for guarding everyone else's desire to be surprised. The only person responsible for that is you. And as somebody who knows your schedule, who knows when you're able to watch the show, you need to monitor your own media use, your own internet use, your own social media use, so that you avoid the spoilers that you know are coming. We're on episode 6 of season 2. It's not like This season is new. I've been publishing weekly breakdown videos for weeks now, and I didn't even publish it the day that it was released. I didn't publish it the day after it was released. I published it 2 days later. Was it 2 days later? It was Thursday, I think. No, today is Thursday. Was it Wednesday? No, it was it this morning? What day is it? Man, I don't even know. I'm getting lost. It was 1 or 2 days. I think it feels like 2 days because I had intermittent sleep between episodes. It was either 1 day or 2 days. Anyway, I published it a day or two after. Man, I don't even know what time it is. I published it a day or two after the episode had aired. So everyone in the world could have seen it. And if somebody has a particular schedule, like they're working late or they're taking care of their kids and they just really can't watch the episode when it's released, then they're the ones who need to be responsible for their own media usage, right? And it's also a complete interpretation as to what is a spoiler. I've gotten grief from people before for using thumbnail images from games, like showing Father's face from the Institute in Fallout 4. When I did my video on why the Institute is evil, I took a picture of Father's face and used it as a thumbnail image, and I got grief about that. I talked briefly in there about how his real name is Sean, and I got grief in the comments from people saying, spoiler about Fallout 4 plots. It's like, okay, the game's been out for a while, right? I realized that it's still really close to the launch day of the episode. So yeah, I did release my breakdown video pretty close, but I can't be responsible for everybody else avoiding spoilers, especially since I'm competing on YouTube for clicks with everybody else creating content about the very same episode, who all have access to the very same footage and are all going to be using many of the same images. So yeah. The message is, if you're worried about spoilers, worry about yourself. Make sure that you avoid spoilers, right? If you know that something has come out, an episode for a show that you're really passionate about, don't go on YouTube for a couple of days until you've seen the episode, right? Maybe don't go into the Fallout subreddit until you've seen the episode, because that's kind of what people are going to be talking about. Greg says, considering the high quality of your videos, I think you're doing great work even with all of the competition. Genuinely impressed you're able to get them out as often as you do. Not to be too flattering, well, it's extremely kind. I still don't understand how people are able to get it out hours after the episode airs. Like, I don't get it. I work as hard and as fast as I can to be as thorough as I can, and I still miss things. Like, there are, every single time I publish a video, I'll go through the comments afterwards and someone will say something and I'll be like, oh my God, why didn't I think of that? Yeah, that's totally right? It's like, I'll miss things, right? Even though I'm trying to be as thorough as I possibly can. And it's because I don't have a lot of time. I'm literally trying to get the episode out within 24 hours or something. So, but there are people who get their videos out in just a couple of hours or, 10 hours after the episode airs. And I don't understand how they do it. I don't know. Like, I don't get how they do it. It's insane. It's Still Blue says, lol, no, you just haven't made a playlist for it. Oh, a playlist for Resident Evil 3? I haven't? Really? Oh, okay. So I played Resident Evil 3, I just never made a playlist for it. Oh. I didn't realize that. Note to self. Make playlist for Resident Evil 3. Cool. Ranker1138 says, have you seen the trailer for Reanimal, new game from original creators of Little Nightmares? I have. I've got Reanimal on my list. It looks really good. Dwight Eisenhower says, spoilers don't tell you the journey to that spoiler. I don't know what that means, but it sounds good. Could be on a fortune cookie. I mean, even to this day, I'm really hesitant to talk about Red Dead Redemption 2, because there's like this huge plot point in the game, and the game has been out for a very long time now, and I feel like I should be able to talk about some of the plot. But, like, a couple of years ago, I was just casually talking about the plot to Resident Evil. I can't keep saying Resident Evil because you guys brought it up. To Red Dead Redemption 2. And I casually mentioned a big spoiler that, it's kind of a predictable plot point, but it was a big plot point. And I casually talked about it on the show. And I got this impassioned and angry and heartbroken email from somebody saying that I had, ruined the game for them because I talked about this plot point from a game that has been out for years. Like, it had been out for 5 years at that point or something. And I had just streamed the entire thing. Like, I went through the entire game, quest by quest, completed it live on camera on this channel. And I felt like after all of that, I should be able to kind of talk about spoilers, but no, like it's just like everybody has their own litmus test for what a spoiler is and what is appropriate and what isn't, and I can't calculate that. I can't be responsible for that. Be responsible for your own consumption of spoilers, right? That's all I got to say on that. Snoopy says, "Hi Ox, how are you? Dad just passed away yesterday." I'm good. I'm sorry your dad passed away. Thank you for sharing. Family tragedy is oftentimes expected, but even when it is expected, that doesn't make it any easier to have to get through. So I'm very sorry to hear about your loss, and I hope you and your family are able to get through this period of time well. But thank you for sharing. Alt Grendel says, so a turtle was mugged on his way home by 2 snails. When the police showed up, they asked him what had happened. The shaken turtle replied, I don't know. It all happened so fast. Because the turtle was mugged by 2 snails. The joke being that they're both very slow creatures. All right, thank you for that one, Alt Grendel. Dan... the Chad says, if I can't literally just browse YouTube without spoiler thumbnails, I will unsub. You're the only one doing that. It's unreasonable. I've expressed my thoughts. I explained my reasoning behind it. You do what you got to do. Alan Hama says, Morning Ox, I've seen a couple YouTubers upload in 1 hour after it airs. It's impressive. I gotta say, it's really impressive. My goal is I wanted to be as thorough as I can and to tie it into the games really well. Because I have a strong knowledge and understanding of the games, and I've got a lot of footage from the games, and so I have the ability to do that. And that takes a lot of time, though. It takes time to kind of wrap that together. So my goal has been, I still want to get it out in a timely fashion. I can't do it the next day or a couple hours later, but I do want to get my videos out in a timely fashion. But I also want to be as thorough as possible and use as much game footage and connections to the games as I possibly can. It's Still Blue says, I love all your Resident Evil playlists. Much love. Thank you. It's Still Blue. None of your beeswax says, Ox, did you notice the room Lucy woke up in was decorated for a child? It had a full-size giddy-up buttercup. Hank is kind of weird. Hank is kind of weird. I mean, definitely. I don't know if that shows that he's weird, mainly because I doubt very much that he decorated that room. It was an observation room, and he probably arrived at the vault for managers to discover a lot of observation rooms already intact. I doubt very much that he decorated that room and then decorated the kitchen and did a bunch of interior design after he showed up at the vault for managers. It was probably already there. So he probably just put his daughter in a bedroom, and it happened to be a child's bedroom with some toys inside. But that doesn't change the fact that he is weird. He is a very weird dude. None of your... I read that one. Thank you so much. None of your beeswax. Stormy Modders Pod says, sorry for the direct question, but is there a good place for me to reach out to invite you onto a Fallout podcast episode? I mean, you can try emailing me. I've got my email in the info section of my YouTube channel. I'm not really good at responding to social media. But yeah, you could try emailing me. That said, I don't do a lot of press stuff. I've had people ask me for interviews for articles for newspapers and magazines, and I typically don't respond. And it has nothing to do with, the publication. It's just, I don't have a lot of time, and I really don't have a lot to say that I don't already say on my show, because that's the purpose of this show. And, in my videos. So typically not. Greg Hino Jones says, do you think Hank genuinely is trying to seek redemption? Does he truly care about his relationship with Lucy over his benefactor he called earlier? I don't know. The thing is, and this was the prevailing theme in the comment section of the video, is that most people are thinking that Hank is trying to trick Lucy, that he's trying to manipulate her. And I definitely do think that there is some of that there. But also understanding the character of Hank. I mean, he went on this extended spiel about how the family is the cornerstone of civilization. He did that to a guy that he eventually ended up killing, and he had no reason to lie to that guy. He had no reason to show off to that guy. We were seeing a window into his psyche, into his character in that moment. And, the reason that he blew up Shady Sands, spoiler alert, was to protect his family, right? In his deluded reasoning, which doesn't make a lick of sense, his reason for blowing up Shady Sands was to protect his family. So I do think that he genuinely loves Lucy, and he genuinely cares for his family. He wouldn't be above manipulating Lucy for her own good, right? He is that kind of father where he would go over the wishes and the will of his children for their benefit. He would totally do something like that. But I don't know if he would be disingenuous. He would certainly lie. He lied about the Weevil famine. He lied about what happened to Rose, their mother. So he's a liar and he's a manipulator. Would he lie about being remorseful for killing Shady Sands just because he knows it's something his daughter Lucy wants to hear? It's certainly possible. Does that mean that he didn't have any remorse whatsoever? I don't know. Part of me wants to believe that he does have a little bit of remorse, that he has taken time to kind of look at the sheer loss of humanity that he's responsible for and kind of think about it, because he is older now. He's not quite as young. And, as you get older, you tend to regret the errors of your youth. The same could be said for Betty. I think Betty, as she has aged, has become a little bit wiser, a little bit calmer, and perhaps even she is getting to the point where she's beginning to regret the errors of her youth. But I don't know. It's a difficult question to answer because we really don't know and won't know until the show decides to tell it to us. I certainly wouldn't trust him. He's not a trustworthy character whatsoever. Michael Ewan says, could the simulation room be more than it seems? I mean, it could. It could be anything. But I think it's just, I think it is what it's supposed to be. I mean, we have to remember that this is labeling on a wall in a room in a Vault-Tec vault for managers that exists solely to give information to the people who are running the vault. And it's already a simulation room. I don't know what else it could possibly be. Daily Turn says, hey Ox, given how close we are to the end of Season 2, and given Season 1, what factions do you think will be involved in a final battle and where? Well, after watching the trailer for Season 2, we already know that there's going to be some sort of violent confrontation in the streets of Freeside that drags into the streets of New Vegas. And it's going to be between Maximus and the Ghoul and the Deathclaws. So Maximus, the Ghoul, and Thaddeus and a bunch of people in Freeside team up to fight the Deathclaws of New Vegas. Now, I think we've discovered what the Ghoul's motivations for that are, because he wants to find the vault for managers so he can find Barb and Janie. Maximus will have his own motivation. His motivation is going to be to find Lucy, to try and rescue Lucy from Hank. So we kind of understand their motivations there. But in terms of other factions, we've already had a civil war break out between the Brotherhood of Steel. I don't think that 2 episodes is enough to really give us a satisfying story arc for the Enclave yet. I think the Enclave has been presented to us as a boogeyman in season 2. It was hinted at in season 1. It was really sort of presented to us in season 2. I don't think they're going to elaborate much on the Enclave really until season 3 or thereafter. That is to say, I don't think we're going to start seeing Enclave boots on the ground, Enclave vertibirds in the skies until season 3 or so. So no big battles with the Enclave in season 2. I just don't think there's enough time for it. They have so much more storytelling that they now have to wrap up in 2 more episodes before season 2 ends. So, yeah, I don't think we're going to see much more of the Enclave in the rest of season 2. They'll probably speak about it a little bit more. And even then, I don't think that we'll see the super mutant again this season. I could be wrong. Maybe the super mutant will come out and help in the fight in the streets of Freeside. But I think that he was introduced to us in this season as a pretext for season 3, like as something to give us something to look forward to for season 3. That's what I think that his existence is. Slayer King says, I've been enjoying your recaps. I would love to see a post-war scene of someone putting some ammo, gold watch, and a handful of caps into a safe and locking it. Anything like that you would want to see? That's great. Another thing that I thought was really great that I didn't get to mention was that the billboard inside Vault 33 that had the wedding announcement on it, it had a bunch of other notes pinned to it. And so many of the notes have text on them that is straight out of the billboard texture from Vault 101 from Fallout 3, which was hilarious. And I forgot to talk about it in my video. But yeah, there are tons of like gaming things like that, like finding bottle caps in pre-war containers and jet in pre-war containers and things like that. I'd love to see more skeletons posed in interesting ways. Like every now and then you'll just walk into a bathroom in a Fallout game and you'll find a skull in the toilet with like hands splayed out like a flower around it, and then a teddy bear on the tank smoking a cigarette or something crazy like that. And we haven't seen a whole lot of that. I'd kind of like to see something like that. Jay Gaming and Legos says, Ox, are you going to be at the Good Springs event in November 14 through 16? No, I won't. And I feel bad because I've been invited every year that it's been going on by, very close friends, people I've worked with, other YouTubers, charities that I've worked with in the past. And I always say no. And it's not because I don't want to be there. I would love to be there. And in the past, back when I did my World of Warcraft stuff on the other channel, I went to events like this all the time. It's just that the lifestyle that I have now is very difficult for me to leave as a full-time parent and all that stuff that I've already talked about. It's difficult for me to find childcare or to bring them with me or stuff like that. So it's just too complicated. Perhaps there will be a time in my life in the future when I'm able to do things like events and conventions and stuff like that. But for the moment, I'm just kind of staying low. Just working on my channel, making content, keeping informed, talking with you guys, but yeah, not doing a lot of events. Samurai Revan says, Hi Ox, did they ever say why he chose Shady Sands? Why he chose to destroy Shady Sands? Yeah, his wife was there. He chose to destroy Shady Sands because Rose took Lucy and Norm to Shady Sands. And he chose to destroy it because it was the capital, or the former capital, one of the capitals of the NCR. And the existence of the NCR violated everything that he and Vault-Tec believed in. He saw them as an existential threat to the Vault's way of life. Vault-Tec wanted to emerge from the vaults into the wasteland and find it clean and pristine. That was the entire point. War will only end when the only people who are left are us. That's what Bud said to Norm at the beginning of season 2. And he found people who were not us. He found people who were not them. The NCR. And so he had to wipe them out. That was the only way he was ever going to see Reclamation Day. That's why he destroyed it. So there were a couple of reasons. From a Vault-Tec perspective, he had to destroy them so that he could get a Reclamation Day for his vault. And from a personal perspective, he had to destroy them because that's where Rose took Norm and Lucy. King of Football says, what do you think Hank plans to do with all the mind control devices? Goodness, he's got them on an assembly line. I think he plans to use them to end wars, right? If he can't kill everybody, which he can't, his plan failed, which is why it was such a bad plan to begin with. I mean, if the nuclear apocalypse of 2077 didn't exterminate life above ground, how could Hank think that with one little bomb, he would be able to do better than the Enclave or whoever it was who destroyed the world on the day of the apocalypse, right? Perhaps he's realized that just killing everybody isn't going to work. Perhaps he realized that instead mind controlling them to pacify them and remove any opposition within them is probably the better way to go about it. Maybe that's one of the reasons why he regrets what he did. Not necessarily because it was immoral, but because it didn't work. Timo Bandito says, hey Ox, I heard a theory that the vault for managers might actually be Vault Zero. Curious for your thoughts. Vault Zero was in a different area. It was in the Cheyenne Mountains. So unless the showrunners moved the location of Vault Zero for the purposes of the show, then it can't be Vault Zero because the Cheyenne Mountains are not in the Vegas area. And it looks, from all appearances, that you have to go to the Strip of New Vegas to access this vault for managers. Now, we don't know that for sure. It's something the Ghoul thinks. He never found the vault for managers. He thinks that it's probably on the Strip somewhere. And then Hank said on the radio that he's in their old stomping grounds, the New Vegas area, but we don't know that the vault for managers is on the Strip. Plus, there's already a vault on the Strip, Vault 21. So why would there be two Vault-Tec vaults on the Strip? Who knows? But I don't think it is Vault Zero. It very well could be if they change the lore of the game. But based on the lore that we have, it can't be Vault Zero. Michael Ewan says, I was thinking along the lines of a simulation for Lucy. Not Tranquility Lounger, since it would be in black and white. Totally a long shot. Hope you're well. Thank you, Michael Ewan. You're suggesting that Lucy is in a simulation like Tranquility Lane? Well, perhaps that's something that we'll see in the future, but there were too many real things that happened when Lucy woke up in her vault room that made me think that she's not in a simulation. For one, she found her father. And he, unless he was in the simulation too, that wouldn't have been possible. And he, found a lot of people who had mind control chips installed in their physical bodies, right? So I think that she woke up in the real world. Deuteronomy says, a toast to the NCR Ranger. He didn't deserve what he got. He helped Lucy, and now he'll never wish for a nuclear winter again. A toast to the NCR Ranger. Hopefully, maybe he'll be able to get his mind back someday. Cheers. Camillus says, what if Hank was trying to talk to the courier on the radio when he referred to Vegas as your old stomping grounds? I mean, totally possible. Likely? No. Do we have any hint or evidence that that's the case? Again, no. But possible, yes. Alan Hama K1U says, did you see that they're releasing the next episode at 6 p.m., not midnight on Tuesday? I did not see that. Thank you, Alan. Gosh. Oh, my nights just keep getting busier and busier. But that might be for the best. At least I'll be able to get some sleep that night. So that's good. Thank you, Alan Hama. Deidre Ranson Gmail says, Ox, I'm really concerned. I have slow watched all the Fallout episodes and I still haven't seen any hints on when they'll drop in the Hello Kitty power armor with matching tassels for the operator. Love ya. Well, they've got the dolphin power armor in Fallout 76, as well as the Chinese Communist power armor. Why not Hello Kitty power armor as well? Thankfully, I have a feeling that the showrunners probably aren't going to move in that direction. Cyberbot21 says, will it matter how the super mutant is intelligent? It will. That's one of the things that I was thinking about, because FEV was broken. FEV didn't work. The exceptions to the rule is what made the rule. Marcus was an exception to the rule, right? The lieutenant was the exception to the rule. So many super mutants who are intelligent are exceptions to the rule, and their intelligence is really unexplained. All we know is that prime normals, according to the lieutenant, that is, people who never were exposed to aerosolized FEV in the atmosphere or the post-nuclear radiation, were the only people who could be turned into prime normals. Now, we know that that's not completely true, because Erickson was turned into a super mutant, and he's intelligent and he's peaceful. Though, in his case, it's very strange because he didn't start out that way. He started out just as bloodthirsty and ruthless as his brothers, but he became peaceful after being exposed to something on Mount Desert Island, which is a bit different. So, there's just something about FEV that we don't understand. The Master never figured it out. The Lieutenant never figured it out. The Institute never figured it out. Pre-war America never figured it out. The Enclave never figured it out. Some people don't go crazy when they get turned into super mutants. Most people do. They become murderous and insane. But every now and then, you find a normal one. And this mutant that showed up in the last episode seems to be a sane, reasonable, intelligent super mutant. Slope the Maker says, huge fan, I love your content. Do you think cold fusion could lead to a rebirth of Mr. House? I don't think Mr. House is dead. And I don't think it has anything to do with cold fusion. I don't think he ever got his hands on it. I don't think he will ever get his hands on it, but I don't think he's dead. I think he was wily enough to figure out a way to stay alive after the apocalypse, which he did, and we know about that because of the events of Fallout New Vegas. But after the end of the episode before last, when we discovered, his body hanging out of his cryopod, we know that something happened to his body, but we also learned from that episode that he planned to put his mind into a robot body. And perhaps his ability to do that never left. Perhaps he was always able to do that. So I personally don't think he's gone. We'll see. The Big Tamale says, are the lobotomites and automated men too similar? They are similar, but they're not too similar. The lobotomites were crazed, right? Like they went into a murderous frenzy when they got to Big Mountain. I mean, they were given lobotomies, right? Their ability to restrain themselves, to understand what they were doing, was severed. They maintained their ability to use weapons and to be aggressive, but they just couldn't function anymore. And that's due to the surgeries that were performed upon them. However, the automated men that Hank is now in control of, they take orders. They're able to process thoughts and words. They lost their memories, but they do have wants and desires. In the last episode, we learned that they wanted to stay safe. It was dangerous outside. They didn't want to go above ground. That was them expressing what they wanted, not what Hank necessarily wanted, though I think Hank would agree with them about that. But based on their own personal knowledge of the wasteland, they didn't want to go outside. So I think they're similar in that they are altered humans, but they're not too similar. The Crafting Gamer says, I've been gone for months due to life and avoiding spoilers, and the first thing I return to is Hello Kitty tassels. It's good to be back. The Crafting Gamer, thank you so much for stopping on by and saying hello. Hopefully we won't have any more exposure to anything Hello Kitty or tassel related. Harold J is on Facebook and says hello. Hello there, Harold J. Good to see you, my friend. Alan Hama says, a YouTuber keeps screwing up information about factions and timeline. Like how you mess up so much details. He said NCR was pre-war and Enclave was the Institute and other stuff. Well, you know, bear in mind that we live in 2026 and AI is a thing. Is it a good thing? No, but it's a thing. And even Amazon themselves, who produced their own show, made the mistake of using AI to create a season 1 recap that included errors like that. If Amazon is going to use AI to write a script riddled with errors to produce a recap for their own TV show, then of course, YouTubers who are just wanting to make some money are going to use AI to quickly recap the episode and then read what the script says without understanding what it says. That, I think, is why you're going to find some YouTubers saying weird things like that, right? NCR is not pre-war. Of course, it's not pre-war. The Enclave and the Institute are not the same. But AI doesn't know that. And we just have to understand and be careful about the content that we watch because there are so many people that are just in it for the money. Prime Aether says, do you think that the person Hank was trying to talk to when he got to the Vault-Tec headquarters was Big Mountain or Mr. House, since it was about mind control? I think the show wanted us to believe that it was Mr. House. I don't think it was. I think that was a bit of a red herring. I think whoever he was talking to was part of the Enclave. Now, in what capacity? I don't know. Was it somebody who worked at Big Mountain, who was also part of the Enclave? Was it someone who worked at Poseidon Energy, who was part of the Enclave? I don't know. It could be anything. But ultimately, I do think that he was trying to reach out to the Enclave. It was interesting what, I believe his name was Ronnie, said when they got to the Vault-Tec headquarters, is that they needed to reach out to the investors. Well, who would invest in Vault-Tec? Besides the U.S. government. The U.S. government invested in Vault-Tec. And the Enclave is the shadow government of the U.S. government and had access to all of the information that the U.S. government had. I think it's likely that the Enclave was the investors. I think it's likely that it was the Enclave that Hank was reaching out to. Worthy Dr. Funk says, hey Ox, since extraction shooter games have become more popular, how would you feel about one taking place in the Fallout universe? I wouldn't be opposed to it. It's a very different type of game, and Fallout, it's about exploring a world and collecting loot and, immersing yourself in an environment and crafting your weapons and meeting strange people and having weird conversations and completing crazy quests. That's what Fallout is, right? And anytime game developers have tried to make a Fallout that isn't a Fallout, like Fallout Brotherhood of Steel, for example, it just hasn't worked. So on one hand, I worry that if they came out with a Fallout-themed extraction shooter called Fallout Dropkit or something like that, I don't know, that it just wouldn't feel like a Fallout game. Is it possible that they could make it work? Sure, it's possible. And I'd certainly be interested in trying it, because I do like shooters like that. But yeah, I think they'd have to be very careful how they went about it. Cyberbot21 says, you think the end revelation will be a new or a no? A new or a no? I don't know what you mean. I do think there is going to be like some big revelation in the final episode that will be really interesting, just like there was in season 1. I think we've had some of the big ones already, like the house one was a big one, and the Barb one was a big one, and the super mutant one was a big one. Those are all some major, revelations. There will probably be another one that was that's in the same line as those. Not quite as big as the ending revelation at the end of season 1, but in a similar vein as the ones that we've already experienced. Michael Ewan says, your brother is awesome, by the way. He should come over more often. Is it possible phase 2 couldn't proceed unless the population was lower? Thus, Hank's nuke? Well, I think phase 2 didn't have anything to do with the wasteland. I think it had to do with the populations of Vault 33 and 32. I think we've learned that phase 2 has to do with the forced evolutionary virus. Now, the only thing I can think of is that perhaps the Enclave, or perhaps Vault-Tec, or perhaps whoever was ultimately in charge of the experiments in Vaults 31, 32, and 33 realized that only truly exceptional people could be turned into truly exceptional super mutants. So perhaps the real experiment was breeding the people of Vaults 32 and 33 to become super managers, thinking that their super managerness would make better super mutants. Who knows? I don't know if I would really buy that if that ends up being the plot point of the show. I don't think I would like that, but that's the only way I can think of them taking it at the moment. Real Sus Boy says, who was the super mutant in Fallout's new episode? I don't know. I don't think it was named. I don't think it was Marcus. It didn't sound like Marcus. He didn't act like Marcus at all. He didn't look like Marcus. Was he named? I don't know if he was named, but if he wasn't named, I've got no speculation other than maybe he was the super mutant who was briefly shown to us at the beginning of season 1. Remember, in the Enclave facility, we did see a super mutant being dragged out on a stretcher. Ken JB says, Hank says that Moldaver is no different from him. Why? Does she work for the Enclave? She aged like Dr. Wilzig wants Mr. House dead. Is she the mastermind? I think that the reason Hank said that is because Hank did what he did to protect the people that he loved in his mind. And Moldaver did what she did to protect her people in her mind. That required invading a Vault-Tec vault. And yeah, she had been provoked by Hank. But when she and her raiders and her small band of NCR soldiers invaded Vault 33, there were innocent people who died in the crossfire, including Stephanie's husband, for example. Stephanie's husband was not a member of Vault 31. He was never a member of Vault-Tec. He was a Vault 33 resident who was a victim of the experiments that the Vault 31 residents were putting them under. He was as much a victim as any other Vault 33 resident or 32 resident. And he died. He died because of what Moldaver did. And so what I think Hank is trying to say is he's equating what he did to Shady Sands to what Moldaver did to Vault 33. Obviously, they're not on the same scale, but the mindset is the same. The argument he used to destroy Shady Sands is the same argument, in his mind, that Moldaver used to invade Vault 33. Greg Hidojo says, can't the show make an ambiguous reference to the courier that doesn't interfere with player autonomy? Fallout 3 did that with the tribal from Fallout 2. Yeah, I think it's totally possible. It would have to be just an oblique reference, right? somebody mentioning a courier that happened to pass through. Not talking about what the courier did, what choices the courier made, just talking about how the courier came through and vaguely changed things in an amorphous way. That's one way they could mention the courier without talking too much about it. But there's really no need to, apart from fan service, right? And I don't think the plot revolves around the courier, needs the courier in any way. The courier has long since moved out of the storytelling of the Fallout universe. The courier's role was in the narration of Fallout, was in the narrative events of Fallout New Vegas, and Fallout New Vegas is over. That story has been told. So we really don't need the courier for anything anymore. Prime Ether says, you think we will get Nightkin soon? Again, possible, but highly unlikely. Because that's a lot of different mutants to throw at an audience that might not be familiar with Fallout. So we had all of Season 1 to wrap our heads around the concept of a ghoul being a radiation mutant. A person who was mutated by the war radiation, right? In Season 2, we're being introduced to the super mutant, right? We're slowly being introduced to the various types of mutants in the wasteland. To have another mutant, which is like a super mutant, but not, because it's purple and also it's crazy. But the craziness doesn't come from FEV, which created the super mutant. It actually comes from exposure to Stealth Boys, which incidentally haven't been introduced in the series yet at all. And Stealth Boys make you turn invisible. How? Like, it's just a lot to try and talk about in a narration at this point. Will they talk about the Nightkin at some point in the future? You know, maybe. But I think they're going to pace themselves on introducing new, fantastical mutant creatures to the narration of the show. We've got mutants. We've got super mutants. We've got ghouls. That's enough for now. L. Sid Barrett says, was that a church, though? That the mutant was at, the former headquarters of the followers? Yeah, I mean, it definitely gave me some cathedral vibes, right? So I'm thinking, maybe he was a former follower of the Master. Though he's certainly lost any talk about the Unity. He seems to be hell-bent on getting vengeance with the Enclave. He's not talking about the Master. He's not talking about the Unity. And yet, his base was a church that looked a lot like the Church of the Cathedral. Greg says, what super mutant character that we know of could it feasibly be? Well, I mean, I don't think it needs to be any super mutant character that we know of. Cooper Howard is a ghoul, but he wasn't a ghoul that we knew before the show started. He wasn't Hancock, right? I don't think this mutant needs to be anyone from any of the games that we know. He could be. I don't think he needs to be. And honestly, I don't think he should be. I think he should be a new character. I like it when the show creates new characters. Alan Hama says, wild prediction from me for the finale. A convoy of the East Coast of Brotherhood will show up. Maybe. I mean, they have certainly talked a lot about the East Coast Brotherhood, even name-dropping Arthur Maxson. I mean, at this point, they're going to have to show up at some point. Will they do it in Season 2? 2 episodes is a whole lot of... it's not very much time left to tell a lot of story concerning the Commonwealth chapter of the Brotherhood. Will they save that for Season 3? I don't know. It's also weird to bring up the Commonwealth and then not show them very much outside of Harkness in Season 2. So... your guess is as good as mine. I wouldn't be surprised if they showed up this season. I also wouldn't be surprised if they held off on that until Season 3, because it's a lot to kind of get through. Prime Ether says, I want to see The Divide. Oh, I'd love to see The Divide too. You know, I'm really kind of wondering how this is going to end, because we're 2 episodes away and we've really got no inkling as to where they're going to go after New Vegas. Will season 3 take place in New Vegas too? Or will it move into Zion Canyon? Or to the Divide? Or will they venture into Big Mountain? Or perhaps traipse through the Sierra Madre? There are quite a few places that are Mojave adjacent that they could explore. Pardon me, that they could explore. That they haven't really touched yet. So that's an interesting thought. Or will they take season 3 further east, maybe into the Midwest, where we know that the Midwestern chapter of the Brotherhood landed? Will they go to Chicago? Will we see Chicago? No idea. Cyberbot says, sorry for being unclear. I mean, do you think the show's mysteries will be revealed to be something new, or will it be built off of something pre-existing? The show's mysteries? Are you talking about a twist? Are you asking, will there be a twist at the end connected to something that has already come up, or will it be out of nowhere? If that's the question you're asking, my answer is, I would be pissed off if it came out of nowhere, honestly. I think that if they're going to give us a twist, it's going to be based on something. I think that they would have given us a hint, that they would have been building up something, and that maybe we've been interpreting it wrong and we haven't really been able to predict it right. And the twist is going to be the true interpretation of something that we've been talking about this entire season. If it's just, just something that comes out of Left Wing that they've never talked about, they've never mentioned, that just is invented at the very last moment as a way to solve the entire plot, I mean, that's cheap storytelling. And I don't think they'll do that. Maybe they will. I really hope they don't. I hope that it's something that they've built upon this season. Average Zombie says, do you have any thoughts as to what might happen to Norm? Yeah, I think he's gonna find that girl with the black hair, the curly black hair, and he's gonna settle down and start a tribe and become a tribal. And he's gonna learn agriculture, and he's gonna be extremely successful. I have no idea. I mean, there are all sorts of things that can happen with Norm that would be a lot of fun. I'm really worried because it seems like Ron is now in charge of the entire group, and not only that, has attacked Norm, and that kind of violence, is scary. And there are some scary members of the Vault 31 group. We saw a couple of guys in the Vault 31 group who were also in the Vegas flashback talking with Hank. So they're all kind of kin, right? And Stephanie is scary as well. And Woody is missing. Like, the Vault 31 people are scary. They're scary people. And Norm is stuck with them. He's surrounded by sharks. I don't think anything bad is going to happen to him. I think he will eventually get reunited with his sister. I don't think it'll be this season. I think they're going to wait for that reunion until much later. Not even in season 3. Maybe season 4 or 5. They're going to push that reunion way out there. What ultimately will happen to him? I don't know. I mean, he's not a fighter. He could be a traitor. He doesn't have good charisma either. He's not very charismatic. He's just intelligent and perceptive and wily. And it's a difficult life to just have those attributes. You kind of need others as well to live on your own in the wasteland. But he's just got perception, intelligence, and wiles. So it's hard. It's hard to say. Retro Wave says, just wanted to see the Enclave appear in force now that everyone is weakened. Well, I'm sure you do. I don't want to see that. I mean, I'd love to see that only if they got destroyed, because I don't want to see the Enclave become a huge, big presence in the games again. Though, of course, it would be really interesting to see them as a formidable fighting force like they were during the events of Fallout 3. I do think that we will eventually see that. I don't think it'll happen this season. I think they're going to save that for later. Prime Ether says, personally, I would love for the show to talk about the other areas that are not in the games to expand the universe. I agree. I completely agree. This isn't what I wanted them to do. What they're doing right now, when they first announced the show, I came on this program and I said that I don't want them to go to California. I don't want them to go to the Mojave. I don't want them to go to the locations of all of the games, because we've already been there. We've explored the stories there. I want them to tell a new story in a new location. Now, they've ended up telling a new story, and it's a fun story, and it's a great story. But they've gone to all these locations that we already know, and that's really the only major problem with the series. The major thing that everyone keeps bringing up is how they ruined this faction, or they ruined that faction, or they blew up this city, and they destroyed that location, and they got this, like, if they had just gone somewhere new, none of that would be a problem. So yeah, I do think that I wish that they would explore other places. Am I glad to see New Vegas? Yes, of course I'm glad to see New Vegas. I love seeing Novak. I love seeing the casinos in the streets of the Strip. You know, it's still great seeing all of that stuff. So it's one of those things where I can't control it, so I'm going to enjoy it. Ranosian says, I want to see Big Mountain. Imagine the Ghoul and Lucy having to go to Big Mountain to find something to stop the mind-controlled Deathclaws. Then going to the Divine to find Ulysses and the Courier. Wouldn't that be nice, right? Wouldn't that be nice? Remember, 2 episodes left in Season 2. Who knows what'll happen in Season 3, but I think Season 2, there's not enough time to go to Big Mountain and then track down Ulysses and in the Divine. As cool as it would be to see those characters again. Alan Hama says, just a cameo of some kind. No story needed. What if Arthur Maxson sends for the West Coast Brotherhood to answer for their crime against Xander? Well, I think Arthur Maxson is going to come personally to the east, or to the west. I think he and the Pridwin are here, and they're coming, right? So I think that's inescapable at this point. The Monkey's Uncle with a super tip. 2 super tips. Thank you very much. All right, it's time to dive into the game. As I said at the beginning of the episode, I probably won't be going live for quite as long as I typically do. But this looks like a really interesting, quirky little game, and I'm looking forward to tackling it. All right, let's dive on in. Greg Hinojo says, fair enough, the fan service part of me wants to see my favorite games on the big screen, but I'd rather they build the franchise with new lore and new characters. Yeah, that's how I feel as well. Prime Ether says, hear me out. Lucy and the Ghoul go to Big Mountain and see the destroyed Robo-Scorpion, and that's the hint of the courier. That would be awesome. That would be like the perfect tie back to the courier. It says enough without saying too much. The new guy says, how does Chet get out of the marriage? Gosh, that's a tough one. I don't know. Leaving the vault? Killing her? Killing himself? Who knows? Like it's a pretty tricky problem that he's got himself in. The monkey's uncle says, could the super mutant be Frank Horrigan? No, he couldn't, because there's no way for the Enclave to have been destroyed at the end of Fallout 2 without Frank Horrigan having been killed. He literally blocks the chosen one's path out of the oil rig, so that you have to go through him before you leave. And we know that the oil rig was destroyed, so that means Frank Horrigan was killed. The game's a bit loud, says Alt Grendel. Okay, I turned the volume down. Okay. So here we are in our bedroom, and oh wow, it looks like someone has already died. Okay. Who was that? Moving day. Ever since the move, I sometimes can't tell if I'm awake or if I'm dreaming. The days are starting to blur together. Alright. Close diary. Well, I kind of wish I knew why there's a body on the floor of my bedroom. Oh, the rug is moving. Oh, I just got killed by a moving rug. Game over. Try again. Alright. Let's try again. That was fast. Than my first death. Uh-oh. I guess dark is bad. Hello, sister. No, there's someone in bed, but I can't talk to her. Good morning, sweetie. Don't come in here. It stinks. All right, okay. Oh, is that a ghost? Bathroom. New journal entry. We can flush. How do I get the journal entry? I guess I go back to my bedroom. Oh, bed bugs. Great. The toilet. There's something in there. I can hear it whispering to me. It wants me to do horrible things. Maybe it'll stop if I listen. Why is there a body on the floor of my bedroom? What happens if I get too close to... Ah! Ah! I had to ask. I had to ask. Oh, eyes under my bed and everything. Oh no, those are my slippers. Okay. Maybe I can only listen at certain times of the day. The Jenny Yumi gifted 1 Oxhorn membership to the community. Thank you, the Jenny Yumi. And congratulations to Whitney Nolan. Nick Valentine says, you and your games, Ox. Love it. Thank you, Nick Valentine. Well, I'm not getting much from this toilet. Maybe if I turn off the lights. Man, I feel like the music is still really loud. But I can't separate the music from the sound effects, so... Oh, it's the spiky rug. Oh, but it's not moving. Oh, hello. I hate everything. Oh. All right. Hello, cat. Meow. I've got a ball. What, do I put it in the toilet? What happens if I accidentally drop it on the cat? Oh, no! I got a key! There's a key on the body! Whoops! I killed the cat, but I got the key? I got the key, I guess it was good. Oh, there's someone in the window. Oh, there's another dead body on the floor. Oh, there was a cat by the body and it mauled me to death. Of course it did. Alt Grendel says, chat says that the body in the bedroom is a doll. Okay. Does it save my progress? Ooh, dying. At first it hurt, but I'm starting to not feel it. I can't even tell what's real anymore. I've woken up on the same day 3 times now. Well, I need to go get the key back. Right, sorry, kitty. I got the key. Alright, well, the body's gone. Open the menu. Press space to open the menu. Items. Gold key, milk. Oh, I see. I can toggle which item that I want. Whoop, I slipped on the water. All right. I don't have any appetite, but I'll make something for you. Oh, okay. If I stick around, will she make me some food? Have you met the neighbor? She's very flexible. Is that a sandwich? Yeah. Can I take one? Please calm down, Tabby. I know you're hungry. Yeah, I'm hungry. I want my sandwich. Should have given the kitty the milk. Oh. Right, then I could have gotten the key without killing her. Well, I'll probably die again. And if I do, I'll try the milk without using the bowling ball. Gosh, do I need the sandwich? I'll come back. Oh, there we go, finally. Hey! Is she dead? Oh, she's dead. She slipped on the water. Okay. So I need to find a way to mop up the water. Oh, okay. Now the cat's gonna come. Can I talk? Oh! Oh! What? There's the cat. There's the murderous cat. Oh, no. Was that a piano? No, a chandelier dropped on my sister who was playing the piano. Oh, I see what happened. Oh, something happens and then everything happens all at once. Oh, it's following me? Oh, no. Oh, no, you don't. No. Go with it. Oh, no. It's Mom. Oh, that just chopped off my head. Okay. Wow. Right. All right. Let's. I think I'm starting to understand. Let's go get the milk. Let's give it to the kitty. I can't give it to the kitty. Here. I guess I need a bowl. I guess I need a bowl. Well, I need to get into that room, so sorry, kitty. What is that? Oh no. No. What? A giant, how am I supposed to, what do I do? A giant rat creature comes out and ate my head. You need to close the kitchen window, says Cajones. Oh, okay. Alana Kama says, I have a wild theory. I think the Vault-Tec employee that's with Norm will be Cooper's daughter. The way she was looking at the photo in episode 6 was weird. Maybe. But she didn't look like Cooper's daughter. She looked very different. Okay, well, let's try again. Close the window in the bathroom, says the chat. That way we can at least prevent the tragedy of a mom slipping on the water. Right, how do I do that? I don't know how to do that. So what I need to do is I need to figure out how to do all of these things. There's the chandelier over the piano, of course. What's this? I can't. Can I play the piano? Nope. I guess it's just sister who can play. All right. Well, that's it for this room. So, can we go outside? We can't go outside, and that's locked. So this is the only room that we can't get into. I hate these walls. Okay, well, now that she's gone, is there anything I can... I mean, there's a note above her bed, but I can't do anything. Oh my God, when does it happen? What do I do to stop this? Do I talk to her? You never liked my music. Go away, Tabby. I like your music fine. Listen, that chandelier's gonna drop soon. I need you to leave. I need you to get up. Alt Grendel says, I hope this game doesn't give Chowder ideas. Yeah, we've got a murderous cat in there. Greg says we can't let Chowder see this episode. Oh, the chat is in agreement about Chowder. Oh! Okay, so if the cat is alive, the cat comes in here. Meow, meow, meow. The cat comes in here if the cat is alive. Which means I can get the key without having to kill it. But doggone it! Alan Hama says there's more to her story. We shall see. I agree. Okay, we need to get into that room before Mom boards it up, maybe. So kill the cat. Get the axe. Okay. What's under the rug? Why is it stinky in here? Oh, shotgun. Yeah. There we go. How do I... Items. Shotgun. Yep. There we go. Got the shotgun. What's that? Is that a trap door? Maybe I need the axe? Oh! I don't have any ammo. Okay, the demon cat is dead. Ah! Power's out. Crap. Perhaps there are worse things than death in this house. Will you hold me? Oh no, this is gonna get me killed. Yeah, alright, I'll hold you. Press Q and E to cycle between items. Okay, Daddy will be home soon. Will you hold me? Yes, okay. Alright, I'm done holding you. I can't go near the bed either. Crap. Freaking... I heard the voice. Oh, hi. What's this, a child? I sense potential in you. You've spilt blood, but not enough yet. I need more. The blood must be spilt by your own hand. You are unworthy. So I need to kill everyone, including my sister. The Raging Krogan says, hey, Ox, if you like this game, there's a game very similar to it called 12 Minutes. It's also voice acted. I would like that. Oh, Daddy's home. No! He stabbed my eyes. So stupid, this game. All right. So I got to kill fast. Why can't I? There we go. Now, there are a couple of cats I gotta kill too. Where was the other cat? Thing is, how do I kill Daddy when he gets home? There was one more cat. Do I have to kill the rat too? How did the cat's head get moved over there? I can smell your craving for blood. The blood grows more pungent. Just a little more. Okay, so I need to kill more. Oh, Oh, man. Where's the other cat? Oh! Shotgun Daddy, says Alt Grendel. I need to find ammo. That's the thing. I don't know where ammo is. The shotgun doesn't have any ammo. Okay. So, it's Groundhog Day. I gotta try this over and over again. I guess I got too close. Thing is, I'm in a bit of a rush. I have to kill them personally before they die of natural causes. Come on, I did it twice before. What about the milk in the bucket? Well, I don't need the milk. Oh, I tried pouring the milk. And it just fell on the floor. And I don't know about a bucket. Plus, this seems to be a bloodthirsty game. I have to kill everything, so, like, I gotta do this, right? My axe is gone. So is that it? Do I have no further use for the axe? But what about the murder cat? Slug. Oh, a little girl, and an adorable one at that. My name is Marty. I am a snail. You smell like you're having a hard time. Would you like some help? Okay. Yay. I now have a snail on my head. Hooray. Bucket! That's the bucket! Oh my gosh. So I couldn't have gotten the bucket. Oh! Wah! Crap. I need bullets. Where do I get bullets? Ah! 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 Uh-oh, the door's red. Oh. Who stuffed her in the fridge? I didn't stuff her in there. Where do I go to get bullets? Oh, hey, can we talk? Oh, hello, young lady. I was just peeping a little. I smelled blood and thought something may be wrong. There's always something interesting going on here, and you seem to be in a predicament. This world rewards those who fight for their survival. You need to protect yourself at all costs, Tabby. Well, thanks. It's very important that you cleanse this curse, Tabby. Well, my axe is gone, and I don't have a knife anymore. Let me talk to the toilet lady. She's always been good to me. Toilet lady, where are you? Oh no, Daddy's home. Oh. Oh no, what do I do? What do I do? I don't have any bullets! Walter Figen says, "Hey Ox, I saw your new Fallout video on the TV series. Is the show now canon? I hope not, because to me the show is not lore friendly, but a cheap knockoff parody. What do you think of it?" Yeah, the show is canon. Everyone who has made the show and who owns the rights to the Fallout IP have said that it's canon. I think it's imperfect, but as close to perfection as we should ever expect from Hollywood. So I'm taking the good with the bad, and thankfully I think that there's way more good about the show than there is bad. Okay, let's try. Oh, there's Mom. Crap. I need the bucket before it grows bigger. Crap. Oh, it's already slippery. So she's already doomed. Well, there's the snail. Well, now I understand why you've got daddy issues. What? What was that? Hello again. You look like you could use my help. All right. Pick up the snail. Can I please get that without having to kill you? He looks deeply offended by the snail on your head. Oh. Meow, meow, meow. Okay, now it's eating. It's eating, but there we go, finally. Come on! I put a bucket in the middle of the way. Ah, I let it get too big. Meow, meow, meow. Oh, really? Well, let's see what happens if I save her life. Wake up, cat. So I gotta wait for it to wake up. The thing is, the puddle is growing this entire time. If I try and give it the milk now, he won't eat it. So I gotta kill him. That's the only way. Yeah, the puddle is growing. Oh, here we go. Oh. Okay. And I'm not slipping on it. I think I just saved her life. What happens if I save her life? I hate my life. I hate snails more than I hate father. Girls, I made sandwiches. Come and eat. Oh, okay. Ugh, I hate that axe. All right, well, is she gonna come? I'm coming, Mom. Nice. What about sister? Why is she... Okay, so we saved one life. How do we save the other life? We cut the chain before she sits down at the piano, or we distract her so that she never comes to the piano. Tabby, can you talk to snails? Tell them I need more wine. I can pick up the bucket of water. What could I do with the bucket of water? Ah! Oh no! Ah! 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 Why is there a cat on fire? How did the cat get on fire? Oh, jeez. Oh, no. I didn't know this game was going to be so repetitious. It's starting to repeat itself over and over again, and I think I'm getting tired. Can you chop up the piano so she doesn't have to play anything? She doesn't have anything to play? Oh, that's a good idea. So get the bucket, then get the axe and chop up the piano before she sits down at it. Okay. Alan Hama says, last chat, future season 1 prediction. We will see the President and Control Station Enclave. 2, Roger Maxon pre-war. 3, the actual pressing of the first bomb. 4, aliens. 5, Soul Survivor cameo. Those are some interesting predictions. All right, he's awake. Pour the milk. Grab the key. Unlock. Get the bucket. Put it outside for now. Drop that. Oh, how did I get too close to the frickin' rat? Try again. Come on. Come on, cat, wake up. Okay. Oh, I don't want to have to do that all over again. Come on. Yes. Okay, destroy the piano, huh? No! No! I killed her! Well, is it even possible to destroy the piano? Nope, now I destroy the axe. So I can't destroy the piano with the axe. If I could find some bullets, I could shoot the chain to the chandelier before she sits down at the piano. But I don't know where to find bullets. Bowling ball first, says chat. Use the bowling ball on the hidden door on the rug. Oh. Wait, did Mom die anyway? Save the cat, put out the fire. What fire? Oh, I see. So I save Mom. Then I get the water. And I pour out. And that puts out the fire. So the cat doesn't catch on fire. Okay. So that's why I saved the cat. But I still don't know how to save. Ah! Freaking do something. Ah! Well, I gotta start over anyway. Oh! Man! There's the bowling ball. I can't get past that rug, though. What do I do? Yeah! Oh! Okay, so axe. Whoops. Oops, I think I glitched it. Hello. Uh-oh, I think I glitched it. Dad, some. Okay, well, come kill me. Where am I? Oh, it's glitched. It thinks I'm right there, but I'm not. Right. I'm gonna have to Control-Alt-Delete this. Man, this game is a trip. Okay, milk, cat, key, door, bucket, water, axe, boards, bowling ball, hatch, gun, bullets, chain, piano, water, fire. All right. I'd start with bowling ball on the piano, maybe. All right, we can try it. Ooh. Oh, it's a bear trap. Oh, what the heck? I got a bear trap. Oh, wow. Okay. What do I use it for? Do I use it for Dad? Okay, so then axe. This is the one I can't mess up. Use it on the ROUS. Oh. I gotta put it right in front of the window, don't I? put the bowling ball on the rug? Oh, for Pete's sake! Oh, man. Freaking stupid game. I'm running out of patience, man. I'm running out of patience. Yes! Die, rat! Die! Oh no! Ooh, new journal entry. We've got a body down here. No bullets. Why isn't she coming to eat? What if I mess up her music by dropping the ball? Got it! I don't know what to do here. To save her life. She doesn't come to eat breakfast. I don't have enough time. Like, I don't have enough. Even if the shotgun was in the basement, even if the bullet was in the basement, I don't have enough. Come on. No, man. What's he holding? I don't have enough time to get down here. Okay, so there's a body down here. But I can't interact with anything. Now drop the ball on this rug. Oh. Do I still have it? Oh, crap, I don't have it. Oh, the cat's dead. Crap. No, now I can't get in there. Well, guys, I'll be at this all night at this rate. And I don't think I have it in me. This is a very creative and interesting game. Lovely premise. I just don't have the capacity at the moment to do repetitive steps and kind of figure it out on a time crunch like this. But love the creativity here. Don't think I'm going to play it again. But that's House for you. That's the House game. I've got another long list of plenty of games to go through for future episodes of Scotch and Smoke Rings. But for now, I'm going to call it an early night. because I've been working hard on that breakdown video, and I need some sleep. So I'm going to let you guys go. Have a wonderful rest of your night, and I'll see you all again very soon with more lore videos and more live streams. Bye-bye now.